Do you know how much power two phone books can generate? It's said that if you put two phone books on top of each other, even a tank can't pull them apart. But is that true? Well, Adam and Jamie are going to find out. First, they got two 800-page phone books. They took turns flipping through the pages and then stacked the books completely on top of each other. Jamie tried to pull them apart a few times, but the books stuck together like glue and showed no signs of separating. In fact, it's because of the friction caused by the pages pressing against each other. That friction makes them hard to separate. To facilitate the tugging experiment, Adam attached two cleats to the back of the books and tied a rope to the end of the cleats. Then they started a tug-of-war. Even though both of them tried their best, the phone books in the middle didn't budge. So if they increase the number of people in the tug-of-war, will they be able to pull the phone books apart? They fixed one end of the phone books to a wall and started a tug-of-war with 10 people. This time, the pulling force reached 1.8 tons, the weight of a pickup truck, but they still couldn't separate them. It seems that it's very difficult to pull the phone books apart by human power. Next, they got two free cars and attached ropes to the tow hooks on the back of the cars. When everything was ready, they pressed the gas pedals in opposite directions at the same time. But the car's pulling force didn't release the phone books. Instead, the tires kept spinning in place, with smoke billowing from both cars' tires. Yet, the phone books remained motionless. Can the stacked phone books really be moved? Finally, they called in two tanks called death trackers. These tanks have 360 horsepower and weigh 15 tons. To prevent the phone books from tearing apart during the drag, Jamie replaced the cleats with more secure steel plywood, which was then chained to the tanks. Can the phone books withstand the pull of these steel beasts? As the tanks slowly advanced, the value on the force gauge rapidly increased, but the phone books showed no signs of coming apart, so the tanks continued in opposite directions. When the pulling force reached 3.6 tons, the phone books were finally pulled apart. Apparently, two stacked phone books can generate a lot of resistance, but in the face of absolute force, it's all for naught.